Do you love Formula One? I certainly do. I know Adam does. You want to see a bunch of them all in the same room? Let's go do it. So let's start with a 1987. This is a Lotus Type 99T. Are you impressed with my knowledge?
I'm very impressed.
I'm reading it from here.
No.
No. This was Ayrton's. How do you pronounce it?
You've got it.
Ayrton Senna. I don't speak Italian. Is he Italian?
Maybe.
Who knows? Ayrton Senna's Lotus Type 99T. You know what Lotus stands for? Lots of trouble, usually serious. Amazing Formula One car, sponsored by, at that time, Camel cigarettes. Can't do that anymore.
I know.
Isn't that amazing? But look at it. I mean, look at that to what we have today. We'll get to what we have today.
I know. Talk about simplicity, though.
Right? These cars were death traps. I mean, really dangerous. They had no form of safety built into them other than seat belts.
Yeah, I mean, harnesses. Did these run like a monocoque design so that it would split away from the car to kind of protect the driver, or not?
No idea.
I
Probably
don't know.
not. They would disintegrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
But they were good drivers, so they didn't crash them.
Another cigarette brand, Rothmans. Do you remember Rothmans cigarettes?
I do.
Rothmans, well, that's amazing. Okay, so this one is a Williams. It's a 1993 Williams. Also Ayrton Senna and Damon Hill.
Why can't you say Senna?
It's Ayrton I'm having the problem with. Senna. Ayrton Senna.
I remember Damon Hill driving this car.
Yeah, that's easy to say.
Yeah.
Damon Hill, I can say that too. So Damon Hill, along with other people, drove this car. Again, it's a, I don't know, it looks very similar to its earlier brother. There's some extra aerodynamic things on it, but not very much, right?
Yeah, you can start to see where they're getting a little bit more curvy. So you've got the radius here on the front splitter that you don't have. Even the ducting has started to kind of flow more than just the square intakes on these.
And this car has rear view mirrors.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, that one didn't.
Maybe that's because this guy was never, oh no, because it was Ayrton Senna. I was going to say maybe because he was never at the front, but he probably always was.
He probably always was, yeah. Okay, moving on. We have a McLaren MP4-10 from 1995. Let me pick an easy name. Nigel Mansell and others.
And et al.
Yes, Nigel Mansell and others. This car didn't win any races. It had 2 podiums and it entered 17 races. I wonder how many it finished. It's McLaren.
Stop it.
Stop it. But again, not a massive change from the earlier model.
I disagree.
It's rounded.
The nose cone is totally different. So now the splitter runs underneath the nose cone.
True.
It's completely separated.
True.
It now has these ducting fins on the side, so it takes some around the body and some through the vents.
That's true, I didn't see that.
The rear wing is totally different. It has extra little bits on the side.
Extra flap.
Extra flaps, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay, let's get newer. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, 1999 Ferrari. Michael Schumacher, I know I said that right because he was one of my heroes. 6 wins, 17 podiums, 16 races. This is incredible. I mean, what a beautiful looking car.
So
I say beautiful looking, right? But it's an F1 car like any other. But it's something about it, right?
Does this look skinnier to you than these
It
ones?
looks way skinnier. It doesn't have the rounded, like, soccer ball shape to the cockpit, and it looks more refined somehow.
Yeah, it looks a lot more slippery, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Even
it does.
down to, look at the duct on the top. Look at those little dive planes on either side.
Is that what they're called, dive planes, to divert the air?
I mean, I'm making it up, probably.
Okay, now we're getting into some really cool looking stuff. 2005 McLaren MP4-20, and this one, 10 wins, 18 podiums, 19 races. Kimi Räikkönen drove this car. So let me tell you a quick story about Kimi Räikkönen. When I bought my SLR, way back in, who knows when it was, early 2000s I think it was, I was one of the first people to buy it, and Mercedes flew over to Germany, some of the early buyers, should I say, from all over the world, wherever they were. And one of the treats they got was a lap around the Nürburgring with Kimi Räikkönen. I've never been so scared in all my life.
Really?
And I'm admitting that on camera.
What car did they put you in?
An SLR.
In the SLR?
SLR, yeah.
Wow, that would have been fun.
It was insane. I didn't know a car could do what the car can do.
For sure.
And apparently he was driving within like 80% of the car's capabilities and nowhere near his capabilities. I was terrified. Anyway, so moving forward, this certainly has evolved.
Look at the difference in the shape.
Look at the air cooling to the brakes. I'm assuming what that is there, and
Yes.
it's carbon fiber. So it's the first car I'm seeing that's got carbon fiber on it.
Apart from this one, but we'll ignore that.
Does that have carbon fiber on it? I didn't see it. I said see. So yeah, so this car is a lot of carbon fiber
Look at
on
the
it.
shape.
Yeah,
Like, look
totally
at how
changed.
it now has a complete flat floor that sticks out under the body. You've got the ducts that come out the side. I mean, that's incredible.
It really is. I mean, talk about evolving.
That is such a departure from the other shapes.
And that's got, I think, cameras and radio communications in the top above the air intake.
Right. Oh, lights
Oh,
went off.
lights went out. So it's a little dark in here now. The lights went out because if you look on the back wall here, they're actually showing a video of, they were showing a video and it's still dark. But
Welcome to the Producer Michael channel, everyone.
I'm told the lights are going to come back on. But regardless, you can still see the cars. They still look amazing. So this one is a hybrid beast, a 2009 McLaren MP4/24. And this one, Lewis Hamilton. Oh, let me touch it. Lewis Hamilton
you're not
drove
allowed
this
to
car.
touch cars in
Nobody
here.
will see that. I didn't actually touch it.
Okay.
But I did.
Don't come into the Petersen Museum and touch cars.
So this is completely different. I mean, it's actually ugly. I don't know what they did to it, but it doesn't look good, does it?
It sort of lacks the craziness that this
Yeah.
one had. They just went flat on that top deck.
Totally flat.
Look at the wing.
I know. Everything about this car looks a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean the wing is literally high. Is this when they bought in DRS? What
don't-
year
I
did
don't-
they bring in DRS?
Oh, you're asking me a question I don't know the answer
Okay,
to.
let us know in the comments. Is this the first DRS car? Because it says hybrid. Oh, here we go. No, KERS. So this was, which nothing like internal combustion with the KERS system. Okay, there we go.
Do you know what KERS stands for?
Yes,
Tell everybody.
the kinetic energy recovery system.
I knew that.
There you go. Good for you.
I did, honestly. Glad you said it though. DRS, drag reduction system.
Yep.
How about that? Okay, so this one here is an unlikely victory. Ooh, interesting. 2011 McLaren MP4-26 by Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton. Jenson Button, isn't he the person that went back in time? Wasn't there a movie about Jenson?
No, that was his brother, Benjamin.
Benjamin Button,
Yeah.
Benjamin Button. Okay, so was it his brother? No.
No, yeah, it was Benjamin Button's, Jenson Button's brother.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, so this car, I don't know, it's like they took this car and crushed it.
Yeah, it's now got little bits that kind of stick up.
And they're starting to use this crazy stuff here. Not quite sure what would call that. Air drills, what did you call them?
Dive planes.
Dive planes,
Yeah.
dive planes. Adam knows a lot about cars.
Do you know what I miss?
Tell me.
I miss a good old-fashioned knacker duct.
Excuse me?
The car people know what I'm talking about. They just don't seem to use them anymore. Probably because there's a better way of doing things, but
Do you know what I miss? The sound of an F1.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than the sound of an F1 car until they destroyed it.
With the turbos.
With the turbos,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Absolutely
agree.
destroyed it.
I
They
agree.
would sing.
no, I agree.
Anyway, let's move on. Now to the modern stuff. This is a Ferrari 2013 F138, and it has 2 wins by Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa. So this is a legendary car as well. This one is completely different in that it has like a step at the bottom of the, I want to call it fuselage, at the cockpit area.
Yeah.
Very strange. How can that be aerodynamic?
Well, because it's a flat floor, so what it actually does is it sucks the car down.
It
So
does?
rather than a wing which pushes the car down, when you put a flat floor under the car, it actually pulls the car down towards the ground. So,
Really?
yeah, so it kind of works as like a reverse wing. So actually, they did start them right here. No, this one here. You can see along the side they had them. In fact, this one also has it, but just not as noticeable. It's only on the rear, but it just seems like they made them bigger and bigger and bigger until you get to pretty much it extending all the way to the front of the cockpit.
And if you look at the brake cooling, it's changed again dramatically.
Well, I mean, think about the drag, for example. So these are very, very sleek. And then think about the drag that those ones must have created, which is essentially just a big snorkel sticking out over your wheel.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so now we're really getting contemporary. This is a 2017 Scuderia Toro Rosso, and this was driven by Carlos Sainz, who's now a Ferrari driver, Pierre Gasly, Daniel Kvyat, come on, help me out. Daniel Kvyat.
Kvyat, maybe. I actually don't know who that is.
I know, I messed that up, sorry. But again, this has really, really changed. Look at this stuff.
I know.
This is, wow.
I tell you what, that makes me feel a bit funny in my underpants. I love aero.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
And do you know what this is for?
That is to chop flies up so they don't hit you in the face.
Close. It's to do car-to-car refueling so they don't have to pit.
Car-to-car refueling?
You know how like an aeroplane has it on the front and they can do air-to-air refueling?
How would they do that on the track? You're lying. You are horrible. You are a horrible human being. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am.
What is it really?
I think it's just like speed and temperature and...
So basically you have no idea whatsoever, and you just wanted to...
You fly hairy planes, so you know that that's how they measure like airspeed and stuff. I'm going to guess...
Like a pitot tube.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it's something similar to that.
It would need holes in it to measure air.
Maybe it's air pressure as well.
I don't know what it is.
Who knows, mate?
But I like the car-to-car refueling, you horrible, horrible person.
Look at the size of the, whatever you want to call those on the sides as well. So look, do you see how this one has one that sticks up by itself and it's kind of attached to the body? And then this one has little rods.
I'm going to call them winglets because that's what they would be called on an aeroplane.
There you go.
Winglets. They provide air efficiency and make vortexes go away.
Yeah. Essentially, these are reverse aeroplanes.
Pretty much, yeah.
The faster you go, the more they need to stay on the ground.
Yeah. Oh, we have lights back, so we can do a nice scan so you can see what you missed.
There you go. Beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. And then, current car. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is a Red Bull car. I know Adam likes his Red Bull. Okay, so this is a McLaren 2018 car designed for Renault. And this was driven by Fernando Alonso and Stoffel van Doorn.
Well
Sounds
done.
very Dutch.
It does.
Okay, so this is completely different. Look at all this stuff. And every piece of this stuff makes it go a micro mile per hour faster, right?
That was very scientific. Every piece of this stuff.
Well, even the brake cooling has stuff in it.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at that stuff versus...
Yeah, that's just a boring vent.
That stuff.
And this one has 4 different entries. And these adjust. Can you see? Can you see like the little...
I can see, but there's no... How would they adjust?
Behind, right?
Yeah, but they would need to have a motor or they'd need to have some kind of a cable, which they don't.
You sure behind them?
I'm not sure, but I think not. Anyway, so we missed one. There's this one here. This is a 1999 McLaren MP4 14. So we should have really put this one in earlier, but we didn't. And this one again, kind of boring looking, right?
I love this.
Should we look at an engine?
Sure.
Ferrari. Do you know the size of these engines?
This one I believe is a 3-litre naturally aspirated V10.
This one is a 2.9.
There you go.
Do you know how I know? Oh, there it says it, 2.9. 815 horsepower, and this one is 835 horsepower.
Look at this manifold. I mean, that is just a thing of beauty.
Isn't it?
I believe they're equal length headers.
I don't know what that means, but
so
I'll take your word for it.
they bend the pipe so that the actual length of each pipe, by the time it gets to its termination point, is the same length. But it also might not be. I might have made that up. But
and what would be the purpose of that?
Just airflow. Just maybe something to do with like scavenging losses. So the velocity that the air comes out of the exhaust, it actually helps to drag more air out of the cylinder. Gives you more power. I don't know, mate. I make most of this up. When you've got an English accent and you say stuff like that
here, sounds sophisticated.
People don't argue.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. This. Amazing to be surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 monumental, historic F1 cars. We are truly blessed. Glad we're able to share this with you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. Did I mention we're in it to win it? Did I mention hit the like button? And you could also share it. That wouldn't hurt either. Anyway, there we go. See ya.
That's it?
Move the camera.
Sorry.